So you made the move to welterweight. They just announced that they're having the Grand Prix. How badly do you want to jump on that?
I want to be on that real badly. You know, if anything, you know, that I feel like that's the next step for me.
How do you get a nickname like Easy?
It kind of came from my personality. You know, a lot of my coaches and my managers, they saw me wrestle and they were just like, man, you make things look easy, even though it's really hard and difficult. So, you know, they gave me the name Easy Ed. I guess it's from my demeanor too.
When you have something like that, because obviously it's a little different for a fighter, you know, people have things like killer and all, something intimidating. Do you ever think about, you know, something a little harsher, or does it just roll off the tongue and you like to go with it?
No, actually, I don't like things to be harsh at all. I feel like words kind of lie, you know. And if anything, I want people to see me as a different type of fighter. I don't want to be that guy that goes out there and he's just a brute, you know. I want people to see that this is actually a profession for me. I'm a technician, you know. And I don't want to be out, I'm just going to go out there and just be durable. No, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fight. And I'm going to actually show people that I know what I'm doing.
With your previous record and history with wrestling, I would think that you had a few people that were interested in signing. Can you just talk about why you decided to sign with Bellator and, you know, start your MMA journey pro with this company?
Bellator is a great organization, and you know, I just keep hearing great things with them, and plus they just have a lot of good guys in there that I was like, man, if I do want to come up through any organization, like right now it's Bellator, because I was like, if anything, I see great fighters in there, and that's who I want to be up against.
So you think that they have the more stacked welterweight division?
Oh yeah, they got exactly what I'm looking for.
You know, talk to, you know, us a little bit. You're obviously got a wrestling background. There are a lot of fighters that have been signed: Tara Fortune, Joey Davis, a lot of other guys. What is it about the wrestling base, in your personal opinion, that helps the transition to MMA make it so much easier?
Well, one of the things about wrestling is very close to MMA, with like weight cuts and the workouts and the mindset that it takes with it. And I feel like a lot of wrestlers going up through college, you're kind of already prepared for that. And you kind of already put on a schedule, and you kind of know what it takes to kind of like do what your body needs to be ready to fight or to be ready to wrestle. And I feel like fighting and wrestling, they're basically the same thing. You know, you got two people that's going into a cage or a ring or whatever, and they're just going in there and you know, there's only one person that can win.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Obviously, they've announced the Bellator welterweight tournament that's going to take place. How keen are you to be the wild card in there, if you like? There's a lot of experienced fighters in the welterweight division, but you know, knowing you as we do and the sport as we do, it could be a major opportunity for you. Are you kind of already sending texts to Scott, Mike, and Rich saying, "Hey, come on, after this week, get me in there. I want to be in the famous 8, if you like"?
I mean, like, definitely after this fight, it's definitely going to be a showcase, you know, because I want people to see that, you know, I'm not just here just to fight and just kind of like skate along. It's more like I want to be in that tournament.
Because one of the things you've shown very quickly is when you first started in MMA, obviously you were kind of falling in slightly like wrestlers tend to at the very beginning, but you've shown in the last couple of fights a very good command of range, and using that half step back and being able to let your hands go because you've got great power as well. Do you feel ready for a big step up?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm ready. You know, and just going back to my training, you know, all the times and the hours that I put in, you know, the last thing I would want to do is not be in this tournament.
But do you agree with that you've started to, obviously you're not showing it, but we're seeing that your ability to learn how to work the range so that you can get in and use your hands to take them down or whatever, but also use your hands. You almost, I see you at times almost wanting to stand more than take someone down to show what you can do with your striking, if you like.
Well, yeah, I wanted to. I definitely want people to see more as a fighter. You have a wrestler and then you have a fighter. And when people go out there and you step off the mat and they still call you a wrestler, you're not a fighter. And when I went out there, you know, I wanted people to see that I don't have to rely on my wrestling in order to stand into a fight. Because I feel like once you go back to the tools that you're used to using, you know, you're just showing people that you don't have the ability to grow.
Do you feel like you could be the new John Jones of the welterweight division? I mean athletically. Athletically.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. I'm confident in it.
Go ahead. Looking at welterweight champion Rory McDonald moving up, how do you think he's going to do against Gegard Mousasi?
I think it's going to be a really good fight. I can't really tell you I'm pulling for either side because in the future either one of those guys could be an opponent for me. But the move up in weight, I think it's a smart move. Him fighting another guy for the belt because I don't see anybody else that he would kind of go down the fight because he fought everybody that was there. That was Paul Daly. He fought Douglas Lima. So it just makes sense to move up to fight Gegard Mousasi.
Now, we know you're a wrestler, we know you fight for Bellator. What is something fans don't know about Ed Ruth as we get to know you?
I like to watch cartoons, I like animes.
What's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite one?
Or what are you
that's
watching
hard,
right now?
Full Metal Alchemist. What's another good one? I've been watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z, Super, Megalobox. What's another one? My Hero Academia. Yeah.
Good one.
So I'm pretty deep into that culture as well. Also, movies, any type of movie, anything on TV, really, I probably watch it.
Well, one of the things that's being discussed an awful lot in fight sports, not just mixed martial arts, but all fight sports at the moment, is weight cuts. Now, it seems to me that you don't have to cut a lot of weight to make 170, and I think it's a massive advantage. Because I think you were kind of an undersized middleweight, really, weren't you?
Yeah.
Have you found where your home now, where you think you'll stay at 170? And what do you walk around at generally?
Definitely. 170 is more closer to my natural weight. When I first went to college, I actually wrestled at my redshirt year. I wrestled at 84. Then I dropped back down to 74, and I didn't have any problem making the weight there. And like right now, I'm walking around 185, 180. Like right now, I'm walking around at 180.
So when you start camp, are you kind of 185, really 188, something like that?
I can get as high as about 190 because I do spend I spend a lot of time in the gym. I'm a big gym rat.
So because the point being that a lot of fighters are having to cut this enormous amount of weight before a contest. So during camp, presumably, you're not worrying about the weight cut at all, or particularly worrying about the weight cut in fight week, and it means you can just concentrate on your strengths.
Yeah, definitely. And I think one of the biggest problems that we have right now with the weight cutting is just a lack of discipline. A lot of times when guys step out of the ring, it's just like, okay, burgers and shakes until the next fight, and then you got to cut down. But, for me, it's just like, if you're doing this and you want to keep doing it and you want to do it for a long time, then just be a little bit more disciplined about what you eat.
Have you always been that way through the wrestling then, that your diet has been under control for many years?
I just kind of naturally eat clean, just kind of, for some reason, I just like to do that. I like to look up a lot of things and find out even more things I can put in my body just to kind of make me feel better. Because I just feel like just walking around normally, just in everyday life, why not feel great?
How many mattresses at the same time can you lift above your head? And have you ever tried it? Back at the warehouse?
It depends
I
on
reckon
the size
four.
of the mattress. Probably four kings, hopefully.
And you're coming into, starting in the sport in a new time. Social media is coming into play. It just seems like a lot of younger fighters, too, are just more aware about nutrition. The knowledge is out there. Can you talk about whether or not you're embracing that you can have one of your fights or knockouts go viral with social media? Is that something that, you're embracing and you appreciate that you're coming into this at that time?
Yeah, I honestly, I do love that because, it just helps to get the fighters out there. You never really see what somebody does unless somebody puts it in front of your face. And, with media, we can do that now. And then, if anything, we can self-promote as well. So that, the more effort that you put into yourself, the more that you get back out of it. And I like that about social media.
So how do you think you match up against your competition? How are you looking to make a statement to possibly jump on the Grand Prix?
I'm looking to make a statement Friday night, knockout.
Would you like to be on that September 29th card? How about you kicking off the welterweight tournament?
Oh man, it will be an honor.
Yeah, because with that announcement yesterday about DAZN and that it's free to air almost, because if people subscribe they get the first month free, it could be one of the most watched Bellator events in history. you know, and obviously it's a stacked card already. Are you going to be nudging them to get on that card? Does that
Oh,
work
of
for you being on the
course.
San Jose card?
I'm always nudging. Even right now, I'm nudging a little bit, you know, because you know you always kind of want to make sure that you know, hey, I'm ready. You know, I always want to let them know that I'm always ready. I'm always ready to compete. You know, should anything happen, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go heal real quick, but I'm right back on them. I'm like, hey, if there's any openings, I'm ready.
What about John Fitch as an opponent in that?
He would be a good opponent. I haven't too much to say about that.
Okay, but you don't know anything about it yet. You haven't been made any promises, or have you been teased up by them at all, or warmed up by them that you could be one of the features in the tournament? I mean, I did a list yesterday of the 8, and you came in there as, you know, obviously, what, you're 6-0 now, is it?
5-0.
5-0. You know, there's a lot of fighters with a lot of experience there, and you look at the roster, and you know, I think if I'm fair to say that, you know, you belong in there, you know.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and you know, it's up to Bellator in the final, in the end. But you know, I know that they'll make the right decision.